Hey,
How are you doing?
I'm grand.
Was-
How are you, Simon?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. I'm just gonna pop the comments up on there. Wow, there's a few people in already, so let's just do some quick hellos. So Ramon was the first one. Hi Ramon, how are you
Hi,
doing? Is
Ramon.
wishing us a happy new year and a blessed year full of peace and love. Thank you, Ramon. And then we've
Oh,
got Celia from the Barefoot Pagan. Nice to see you, Celia. Lynn, and our Sandra's in. Hi, Sandra. We've got
Sandra.
Lily Rose, um, Elizabeth, and Maharet. Hi, Maharet. Nice to see
Hi.
you. We've got Elemental Cartomancy.
Sounds like right knob, him.
I was waiting for that. I thought I'm not going to say it myself. He'll do it anyway.
That's the thing about
um,
people from Scotland and Glasgow, Simon. We take the piss out ourselves constantly, so
yeah.
you can always count
and
on us for that.
Red Wing, hello. Tortoiseshell Moon, Michelle, hello. Um, we've got Andrea Louise and Stephen. Hello, Stephen. Nice to see you. Robin A. The lovely Inked Witchy Girl. Sorry, Inked Witchy Tarot. Did you used to be Inked Witchy Girl? Have you changed it to Ink? That just
I
flowed off
think
my
it might have
tongue.
been because Inked Witchy Girl sounds right.
Yeah, I'm sure. And I just, as soon as I said Inked Witchy Girl, I thought, oh, no, it says tarot. But Uh, Mike, hello, Mike, and the lovely Anne, hello, Anne, and Ray, Rochelle, or Rachel Ray, JT, Christina, Elspeth, and Maruta, hello, Maruta. Hi, Kim, nice to see you as well. So yeah, hello to everybody and all 48 people who are already here. So, um, this is our Boxing Day bash. we was
That's it.
um, we was gonna go on with our usual background, which is this one, Happy Boxing Day, but we thought that might be taking it a little bit too far. Um, so the last couple of years we've done a live, haven't we? On Boxing Day.
Yeah.
And I was away this year, and Chris glided me on Boxing Day and was just chatting. He was like, "We normally go live, don't we?" And I was like, "Yeah, but I'm away. I was staying at my sister's." And then we said, "Oh, we'll do it in a few days." And then you had internet. You've had some internet issues, haven't you? That's why you've not been able to go live on
Yeah.
your own channel as well.
But it seems
Um,
to have sorted itself out.
Fingers
Touch wood,
crossed.
because I'm not all laggy. Like you can see me fine as far as I can see. So happy days.
Yeah. So, and then we've been trying to find a slot, haven't we, of when we can do it. And then yeah, and then we weren't going to go live tonight because you was going to go out. So, but the first thing I want to say to you, Chris, is happy anniversary.
Well,
There's your
thank you very
wedding
much.
anniversary. Is it tomorrow?
So yeah, it's the anniversary's tomorrow. But we celebrated it today. We went out for well, it turned out we went out for lunch. Kind of a lunch and maybe one too many cocktails. But it was really really nice. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Um, I was saying to him, I was like, I mean, you've got an easy. I says the traditional gift for the first anniversary is paper. I says, and I'm right into tarot cards, so like that's like made for you there. But he didn't get me a deck of tarot cards. He was out at a walk with the dog there, and he just came back and he says, "Close your eyes and hold out your hands." Oh, where is it? He found a fiver when he was out his walk, so that
Oh,
is
that's
my
great.
my first anniversary gift. Although, are these not plastic now? The
Yeah,
new
and
fivers?
isn't that an English fiver? It's not a Scottish fiver, is it?
Yeah, we get Bank of England fivers up here.
How come
Yeah.
we sometimes get Scottish money then?
How come? Why do
Oh,
you get
so
Scottish money?
you get both?
Yeah,
Oh, right, okay.
yeah, yeah.
Because sometimes when I used to be in my retail days and somebody would pay with a Scottish no, I'd be like, do I know if this is genuine or not? So I always
Yeah.
used to say, have you got an English note? And they'd be like, no, it's legal tender, you know. I'm like, yeah, I know. But I just had to take
Do you
the
know
hit,
that
you know, whether it was a forge or
everyone
not.
says that, but apparently that's a load of rubbish. Like, see that whole you legally you must take that as legal tender. That's not actually true. If someone doesn't want to take cash or doesn't want to take that note, that type of note, they don't have to.
Yeah, that's right.
But it's a
You can refuse cash if you're card payment only, but apparently if you take money and that's sterling, as long as it says sterling on it, then I think we have to take it. I don't know. It was just not worth the hassle back then. But
yeah,
it was harder because there were certain things to look for that we were used to with an English note that we doesn't appear on a Scottish note. So like, how do we know if it's genuine or not? So, but anyway,
yeah.
I digress. But yeah, so happy
Thank you,
anniversary, paper
thank you very
anniversary.
much.
Yeah, so we wasn't going to go live, was we, tonight? Because originally you was going out and then your day slid and stuff like that. So Robin's just put, I've never attended a dual channel stream before. So this is the second time we've done it. And I think it's quite cool because this isn't, and that's why there wasn't the Hermit's Cave introduction, or Chris didn't do his elemental cartomancy introduction. You'll see up in it's opposite here, isn't it? How do I do this?
Up there.
Oh, yeah, I just can't. That's it, that way.
It looks like we're doing some Bee Gees dance, doesn't it?
I was going to sing that. I thought, no, I might get a copyright strike. But yeah, so as you can see up in the corner, it's a cartomancy cave. So second time we've done it in recent months. And it's just because we've done a few lives together. I guess you just have to trust the person with your information to be able to get into their channel, and then you can stream across both. One still has to be the host, but for you guys watching,
Yeah.
whether you're watching on Elemental Cartomancy or on the Hermit's Cave, then Simon's Disco Days return. What are you trying to say, Beth? They never left me. That's funny. So yeah, so it's a dual broadcast that we're sharing equally. Yeah, and it's kind of a cool concept. That's one thing that is great about StreamYard. It lets you do things like that. And if you are a paid member, then you can change all your logos and everything as well. So
Oh, right, yeah, okay.
let me take that off. So there we are.
Yeah, so I think StreamYard is collating the chats. Oh, you can see my lag is starting to come back a wee bit. I think StreamYard is collating the two chats together. But when I'm looking on YouTube, it's two different chats. Like you've got your live stream, you've got one chat and I've got another. So that's
interesting. So I'm not sure which one to look at. So
probably yours. You've got a lot more people talking on yours, so let's just go by yours. And anyone who's on mine, then maybe like pop over to Simon's chat, and that way you're seen.
I'm wondering if the StreamYard that we're seeing though is both. So if there's somebody in Elemental Cartomancy at the moment, can you just indicate? Can you just put me or something like that? Then I'll know that if it appears on the StreamYard one, which I think it will, I'll look at that rather than this, which is probably just my channel. Okay. Chris has put hi.
It's appeared.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, but you haven't appeared on this, so I'll keep my eye on that one. So that's good to know, isn't it? That they're merged together. That's really cool. I'm on Elemental Cartomancy and can't see other chatters. Right, so you might just need to open.
What I'll do, I'll get a link to Simon's broadcast and I'll put it in my chat, and that way we can keep everyone in the one time.
Yeah, or just open with another device on chats, but we will highlight as well. So when there's comments, you'll still see them because we'll highlight comments like that as well. Me, says Alyssa. So yeah, there's people there as well. So for again, how was your Christmas and New Year, Chris?
They were really good, yeah. Quite quiet. Um, but yeah, like the days themselves, like Christmas Day and then New Year's Day, we always kind of go over to family for dinner. And because we got the dog this year, we had her to think about. So it was very, we were constantly on high alert because it's like, oh my God, where is she? Is she away doing the toilet in someone's bed or, doing something? So you're constantly up to high door, like, and I suppose I was saying this to my friends, and they were like, "Yeah, try having children. It's the exact same." So I think people probably can relate, but yeah, that was what it was like. But in saying that, it was still all the great things about Christmas and New Year and spending time with family and stuff. So yeah, I had a great time. What about you?
Yeah, so obviously it was very different this year, but
Yeah.
my Christmas kind of started on Boxing Day. Well, no, that's not 100% true. So I had planned for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day just to be home, and I bought some nice food in from Marks and Spencer. I'd got some nice mead wine, and I just planned just to, get up when I woke up, open my gifts, cook some lunch, watch some films on Netflix, and just have a chilled out day. And then Christmas Eve, my friend messaged just to say, because he knew I didn't want to go anywhere Christmas Day, but he's like, look, his partner was opening the pub for a few hours. So he said, do you fancy a walk with the dogs in the morning? And then we can just call in at lunchtime and have a pint at the pub. So I was like, yeah, I'm happy with that. So it was a gorgeous day. It was blue sky. It was quite warm, even though, it was Christmas Day. It was quite warm, but it was because we're walking quite fast as well. So I got lots of doggy cuddles. They let them into the pub as well, so we sat and had I had shandy because I was driving, so I only wanted a small amount. Pint of shandy, and then I came back, cooked my dinner, ate my dinner, and fell asleep on the sofa. But then I went away Boxing Day for a couple of days, hence why we couldn't do the live to my sister's. And she did a whole 3-course meal buffet in the evening. It was proper like Christmas Day. And then I came back there, and then the next day I went to my other sister who lives in Chesterfield, and it was Christmas 2.0. It was a great cook dinner again, and it was like, how many more times can we do this? So yeah, so that was nice.
Pick
And
it a
then
diply.
yeah, it was. It was like, okay. And not that either sister was trying to outdo each other or anything, but it was, yeah. And we had a team building day yesterday at work, and they provided lunch, and it was a buffet lunch, and I just stood there looking at it thinking, I can't eat any more buffet. I just can't do it. I've just had 2 weeks of it. But yeah, and New Year is really big, isn't it, in Scotland? So did you
Yeah.
did you do the whole partying, celebrating Hogmanay?
Well, no, not we didn't this year. We didn't do the bells this year. We call it the bells, like the Hogmanay bells. Um, it was just me, Sandy, and Luna. Sandy's not really big into the bells, to be honest. I've always been brought up like having like parties at the bells, so the compromise is he'll do his thing, play games, do whatever until like I don't know, quarter to 12, and then I'll get my
Last minute.
my Hogmanay telly on. We'll watch that and see the bells in, and then I think we went to bed shortly after the bells, to be honest with you, and we would just watch some TV in bed. Um, so we didn't do a lot at midnight when the new year hit, but we went to Sandy's folks for dinner on New Year's Day, and that was lovely. It's traditional to have a steak pie dinner in Scotland. I
Oh,
think it
is
is
it?
anyway. That's what we've always done. Steak pie dinner on New Year's Day. Um, and yeah, it was beautiful.
Lovely. And are you chosen because I think I'm sure I remember reading once it was a Scottish tradition that a tall, dark-haired man has to go out before midnight and then come in after midnight, bring in things like coal for heat, a penny for. Do you get chosen for that, being as you're 6'4"?
So that's called first footing.
That's
So the
it.
idea is that the first person to walk through your doorway in the new year has to have something. Otherwise, it's like bad luck. Do you know what I mean? So they have to be bringing something. So I've actually never first footed because when we don't do it here. We did it when I was younger, but it was always my dad that first footed because he always went out. He was the one that took the hat and went out and missed the bells and had to come in just after, with a bottle of wine. But I've had some I remember it was a good few years ago now because it was before we moved into this place. My neighbour in my old flat chapped the door, but I'd had my friend Emma around and we were just kind of drinking and stuff. And then my neighbour chapped the door at like maybe 2:30, 3 in the morning with a packet of sausages in his hand, absolutely off his tits. It was like I was like, what's going on? And I think what his idea was like him and his flatmate were in there having a party, and he obviously could hear us that we were kind of and he was like, why don't we just kind of join parties? But I think all of us were ready for bed, to be honest. So I went and found some shortbread and gave it to him so that he had his gift. But yeah, I enjoyed my packet of sausages at least.
That's funny. Off his tats.
Yeah, off his tits.
um, yeah, so my New Year was actually, it was one of the best New Years ever because every year we go to my friend's pub, but they moved into a house this year, so we didn't, and it was really nice. We had when I got there, which was like tea time, five. It was like a cheese board, which is one of my favourite things ever. And then we was just drinking gin and tonics all night. And then just before 11, we had Chinese food delivered, which was beautiful. And then just saw the new year in, and it was just nice and relaxed. I was in front of a log burning fire with two dogs on me. I think we even messaged, didn't we, on New Year's Eve actually? And I think I sent you a picture of the being kind of buried by dogs and stuff. But it was just really
Yeah,
nice
I
just
think so.
to sit in front of a fire, gin and tonic, and just chat and have a laugh. And yeah, it was without worrying about other people being loud and drunk, and it was really nice. So I really enjoyed that. We got up early again
Nice.
on New Year's Day, did a lot of walking, and then came back here. So. Robin said, I'm still confused about Boxing Day. Just looked it up. How many gifts give to the poor? So, my understanding of Boxing Day isn't anything to do with the sport. It was to do with monarchy, or apparently it still happens with monarchy, but it used to happen historically with I can't think of the word I'm trying to use. Aristocrats. What aristocracy? That's it. It's come to me. Aristocracy. So the servants within wealthy families or royal households. It was all about the family for New Year, for Christmas Day. So that's when they had all their gifts, and the servants would, cook their breakfast, cook their dinners, do everything else. But on the day after, as a thank you, they would box up gifts to give to their hired help, to their servants and their staff. And that's where it came from, Boxing Day. Because when I was a kid, I thought it meant, boxing. People watch boxing on Boxing Day, but there's never been boxing on Boxing Day that I'm aware of. It was a way to give to. So, like Robin says, they're the poor. It was more about hired help of aristocracy or the royal family. And apparently it still happens within the monarchy today. Those that serve the royal family on Christmas Day are treated on Boxing Day.
Oh, wow.
So I hope that, but that's my understanding of it. And there are other people saying, well, I heard it was this. So you just don't know. But that's apparently, Artsy Soul here says, I believe it's the day when wealthy people gave gift boxes to their servants. Yes, yes, absolutely. That's my understanding as well. Sandra says, my mum and dad always gave donations, and my mum still does. though it may not be Boxing Day itself. Yeah, so the tradition kind of carries on where you give to people the less fortunate. Uh, fell asleep and missed New Year. Lots of people do that though. Wasn't it called Boxing Day because the welfare literally gave boxes to their workers? Yes, I think most people are on the same kind of understanding of it. Okay, so what we thought, well, I say what we thought, it's what we historically have done, is kind of talk about the decks that we got and why we got them, why those on our wish list, or whether we've had a chance to work with them yet, what we think, and as well as first impressions and everything else. So, did you want to go first, Chris?
Sure. So I'll kick off with let me do this. If this is still working, yes, it is. I got this, The Dark Side of Tarot, and it's by Corrado Roy, who's the same person who did the The Murder of Crows Tarot.
Oh, cool.
Or if there's another version of this, I think this is a limited version of it that's got red through it. There's another version that's just black and white, but it's the same creator. And this is very, very Rider-Waite Smith, except it's black and white. And I've shuffled this. Sorry, guys. So you're going to see like, cards out of order. It's just going to be like a random selection. You'll see. So yeah, it's very kind of a Smith-Waite. Does it help if I do this? Wee bit. But yeah, you can really see that Corrado Roy kind of a style about it. Did you see how it's very Smith-Waite? Even look at the backs.
I really like this. What's it called again? Sorry.
It's The Dark Side of Tarot.
Is it?
And I got this off Amazon, Simon.
Oh, right.
No, it's Amazon. It's a Los Scarabeo deck.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I'm quite pleased with it. Do you know, see the amount of times that I've went to shuffle a deck and like pull some cards from it, and then all of a sudden the hound appeared and I get jumped on and had to quickly put my cards away before she tried to eat them. I don't actually think I got a chance to read with this. I think I just gave it a right good shuffle and then not much happened. But yeah, no, I'm pleased with it. It's like the Rider-Waite Smith but different.
Yeah.
So I'm quite happy with it. So yeah, that was
really
my.
Like that. I like the fact it's not just a black and. I mean, it is a black and white deck, but it's not just a black and white deck. There's clever use of shading and things, isn't there?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, the waves behind her are really beautiful.
Yeah.
Or it looks like waves, but I think it's actually
like a
mountains,
mist or something. Yeah, it's really, or the vapor or something.
The High Priestess, like you really wouldn't. Looks to me, she looks like the kind of person you really wouldn't cross. Like I feel as though the Smith-Waite High Priestess is quite a gentle, approachable look about her. Maybe quite cold, but like she doesn't look as though she'd like do you harm, whereas this person looks like she's got a razor sharp tongue, and I don't know.
But just before you pop it down, look how clear the detail is though on the curtain behind of like the pomegranate. It really stands out having it like that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
I
can see a purchase coming on.
Well, last year you made me buy the Tarot Oscuro. So maybe this year I'll be able to get you to buy this.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So yeah, that was my first one. So unless you've got any particular cards you want to see from it, then I'll hand over the mic, as it were.
Well, I wouldn't mind seeing the Hermit and the Hermit and the Page of Cups.
Right. Okay.
That's all right.
So let me see if I can. Hermit.
Oh, aren't I demanding?
Sorry, this wasn't what you asked for, but
no, that's an amazing death card.
Yeah. Gonna be the last.
I've written next to Dark Side of Tarot, order, and underlined it 3 times.
3-line whip. um,
Hello to
there's
everybody
Stage
coming in
Cups.
as well. Oh, cool. Look at the size of that cup.
Yeah, I know actually, it's quite big on that.
Like the shell at his foot as
The
well.
shell, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see if I can find the hermit as well. There he's there. Very
Wow.
dark. See the light around the
Yeah.
lantern?
Yeah, it really illuminates his face, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I'm undecided on this deck yet. I adore the Heaven and Earth cards. Sandra likes it.
Yeah, so I'm quite pleased with it. If you're a Smith weighty, then it's a good one.
Yeah. Fab. Okay, so the first one that I'm going to show is one I've actually shown. But because we're talking about Christmas decks, I'm just going to quickly show it again. And I've actually modded it today. And this is the Tarot de Gulliver, or Gulliver. I'll just say Gulliver. These are the backs. I think it's gorgeous. It's got this kind of pumpkin on black. So I've edged it in pumpkin as well. And it really... I was going to do black. And a few people said, oh, do orange because, you know, it's got an orange border. But the orange borders have also got this kind of black, scuffy markings around it to give it kind of like an aged feel. But I'm really glad that I did do it in the orange, the pumpkin.
Yeah, it's nice.
And the chariot is on top because I've just done a live on Kelly Bear's channel where we've been talking about 7, so that's why that's on top. But the images in this, and it's, gosh, I went and ordered it from Amazon France, not knowing that it's on Amazon UK, and I could have had it free delivered with Prime the next day. So I waited like 4 or 5 days for it, paid for postage and all the time apparently. But because everybody was like, you know, comparing it to Tarot Noir and Par Polka and this, I was like, oh, I've got to get it from Amazon France. Look at that death card as well.
It's nice.
So, and the devil, love this devil.
Oh, yeah,
So I
that's
really
pretty
like
cool.
the colour palette. I love the oranges and the black combination together. I'll show you a couple of the... So it is a Marseille deck. So very traditional kind of Sun Marseille. But it's really beautiful. Oh, there's the Judgment card, which is nice. So yeah, so that's one that I got. It wasn't that expensive. I think I paid £23 for it. The card stock is brilliant. It's a nice chunky deck.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be a favourite. Which deck is that? So I think, where did I put the box for it? I think it's just called Le Tarot de Marseille Gulliver, or the Tarot. I can't even remember where I put the box for it now. But actually, if I just go to my channel, Le Tarot de Gulliver. Le Tarot de Gulliver is what it's called. Edging came out nice. Thank you, Robin. Yeah, I was really pleased with it. And I'm really glad that they didn't have orange in the shot. And I saw it and I thought, pumpkin, well, pumpkin's going to be close. But actually, it is spot on. Exactly the same shade as the backs and the borders. I couldn't have... And because of the smudging, you get this kind of effect as well when you fan them out. It's
Burnt
just...
amber.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
that's good.
it makes me want to eat it. It's gorgeous.
Yeah. I did chuckle watching your video of it when you said, "Oh, but these black bits around the side are going to make it look like I'm just really shit at edging." I did kind of think, you know, that would be enough to stop me from edging the deck black.
I did, yeah, because I did. I thought, can I live with that? You know, if I start showing this on my channel and you've got that across the top, they're going to be like, bloody hell, he's shit at edging.
With his crayons.
So that's also alleviated that problem by doing it in pumpkin.
Good stuff.
Wolf deck. I have to learn how to edge cards. It's not as hard as you think. If I can do it, anybody can do it.
Yeah, it can be quite
Thank you,
therapeutic.
everyone.
So it can. Like edging cards, if you've got like a sort of good program to watch, or like a couple of YouTubes that have got in your watch later, just stick them on one after the other and sit and edge your deck whilst you're.
Yeah, I watched Mindful Tarot. Their video this afternoon was about 55 minutes, and it was about soul cards becoming a tarot deck. So I thought I'm going to settle in and watch this, and I just sat and edged that deck whilst watching it. Someone's asked about the pen. So I use, this isn't the exact one, it's over there, and I'm not going to get up, but I use the Winsor & Newton Pro markers. One end is like a chisel tip, the other end is a pointed tip, so you use the chisel tip, and you can use Sharpies or anything like that, but I just find that the Winsor & Newton ones, they just have more of a range of different shades of colours. So you don't just get orange, you get all different, you know, you get burnt sienna, and you get you know, autumn sunrise and things like that for orange. So
Yeah.
hello, Amanda. Nice to see you.
Yeah, hi to everyone who's coming in and saying hi, by the way.
Yeah, there's 114 people here now, so that's amazing.
Oh,
It's
wow.
lovely to see you all.
That's lots. Do you know, I am, this isn't normally the kind of thing that I talk about, but I am like 9 subscribers away from 1,000. Or at least I
Really?
was when I last checked, yeah. Yeah.
Right.
So it'd be funny because normally when we do this kind of a thing, you get a few, you get, you know, you get a couple of people that click the subscribe button. So I'm wondering if it's going to go to that, you know, that 1K.
Let's make this happen, everyone. If you're in the chat, because there's 114 people here, if you're in the chat and you're not subscribed to Elemental Cartomancy, can somebody put his link in just to make it easier? Let's get him to 1,000 subscribers during this live. That would be amazing. Are you planning on monetizing when you get to 1,000?
I don't think so. It's not something that's in my plans just now. But that could change. I've got nothing against monetizing. It's just, you know, no, I'm not doing my channel to make money. I'm doing it because it's fun.
Yeah. Calla, 140 people, 25 likes, slackers.
Yeah,
Laura,
I think
I
I'm
think you've
getting a
done
wee
it.
bit laggy, by the way. Have I?
Don't
Have I
worry.
really?
Well, Laura's put 1K, 1K, 1K. So whether that's encouraging people or you've hit it. In fact, let me have a quick look. Elemental Cartomancy. 997. So come on, 997. We can do it. Let's get him to 1,000. Chris's
Yeah,
channel.
it's weird.
Thank
It
you,
shows us
Sandra.
996 on my you know, studio, YouTube studio. But aye, sorry, that wasn't meant to be like a that was a complete shameless plug. That wasn't honestly wasn't meant to be.
Well, it doesn't matter because your channel's great and it deserves to be.
Aw,
You've done it. You're there.
am I? Oh, yay!
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
It's just gone to 1K on a
Oh,
refresh.
excellent! How exciting!
That is exciting. You'll get an email now from YouTube.
Brilliant.
Okay.
Nice.
Do you want to go next?
I will. I'm going to do this. You need to excuse the severe lagginess. I'll just try and do this slow so as that you see the cards that I'm showing. But the next one is the Wiser Tarot. which is one I think we've seen. I know you've done a video on it, Simon. In
Yeah.
fact, was it a live or a premiere or something that you did when you went through the Wiser?
I think it was a premiere.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, no, it's I've enjoyed working with this one. It's a Smith Weight that we all know and love. It's just a different coloration of it. I like that it has you've got the Hebrew letter and the astrological sign that corresponds to the majors, but as you can see on the Four of Wands, that we don't have the signs that correspond to I think this one should be like Jupiter and Aries or something. But we don't have that, we don't have that stuff. We only have it in the majors, which is a shame. But you know, love the colours, love that Hermit card. Sorry, I know my picture's way behind what I'm saying. But the Hermit card is beautiful. I love
It
that
is.
coloration, as is this Hanged Man actually. Although, I don't know why it's almost as though they forgot to kind of a colour in his face. His face is like paper white, which
Yeah.
seems a bit odd because you do have like kind of a Caucasian people here, and they're kind of they're coloured in,
But doesn't that appear a few
using skin
times through
tone.
the deck as well?
Yeah, it does. It does, and I don't know if I understand why,
No.
which is why I'm saying. But oh, look at that sun card. That's really nice. But yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that's my next one. I won't spend too much time looking at it because I think we've all seen it and we all know the Smith Weight. But yeah, those are the
It is a
backs.
beautiful version, though, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. I think that they've done really well with it, to be honest.
Cool. And I think and this happens, doesn't it, at Christmas? You get new decks and you forget about the ones you just got. And seeing you show that again, I'm like, I've got to dig that out more and use it more because I use RWS all the time, and that's a really nice version of it.
Yeah.
So I've got a playing card deck. This was a gift from Sandra. In fact, 3 of the decks that I've got it all came in a Christmas box from Sandra, and this is the Green Man. And it's a gorgeous. Even the design on the box is really, really beautiful. Have you seen this one, Chris? You
No,
get a
I've
few
not.
playing cards, don't you?
I've got some, but I've not seen that one.
But even like, look at the inside of the. You can't see
yeah.
all the way down, but it's really, really lovely. Cardstock is gorgeous. It's a linen cardstock. These are the backs. This is just like the certificate title card. And then we've got jokers. I'm going to show this that way. That's it. Got the jokers. But I mean, it's just a playing card deck, but I read with playing cards. There's our Green Man himself as the Ace of Spades. Ace of Spades. But what I like, the pips themselves, some have got like it's kind of like a woodland effect, and then the other one is solid, or like that. So they're all kind of different, which is really nice. I'll show you some of the court. So here's our queen.
Oh, she's beautiful.
Yeah. The king. I like the colours as well. So if they're reds, they're not like a crimson red. They're more like a deep blood red. In fact, they look more red on camera actually than they are in real life. They're like a really dark maroon, but it's looking lighter. I think it's because there's a light shining on it. That's probably more the colour. But really nice. We've got flowers growing in those ones. Look at that.
That's really nice.
There's another gorgeous
See, when you read
queen.
with playing cards, Simon, do you read with playing cards? And if you do, when you do, do you basically use your numerology from tarot to read playing cards, or do you read them in a
No,
different way? You know how?
I've actually got a book on playing cards, and it's somebody's meanings of them. For me, a pip deck is a pip deck. So whether it's Marseille or whether it's a random pick deck or whether it's playing cards, I read them as the association with the element and the numerological meaning interpretation. Just as
Right.
that start, that's what I was trying to say in Kelly's live earlier. That's the starting point, you know. So you obviously have to switch your brain from the pips that are in playing cards compared to the pips that are in tarot. So, you know, clubs is pretty easy because the old kind of Marseille of clubs or batons and became wands, you know, and stuff like that. Spades is your swords. Diamonds, I always used to struggle with that one. But diamonds, I used to think, well, you mine diamonds, they come from the earth, you know, they're an earth suit. And then your hearts is your emotions, into which is your cups. So yeah, so just pull in one. We've got Four of Hearts, which is your Four of Cups. So I would, the mind just goes straight away to stability for four, and then emotions. So stability of emotions, or whatever, depends what the person sitting in front of you and what their question is. But you have that starting point, and then you can
Yeah.
expand from that. Is that how you
Nice.
read pips?
That's how I read Marseille and just pit decks. Playing cards, I tend to try and read them. I use a slightly different numerology for playing cards. I think it's the one that's in. If you've got the Playing Marseille, uh, by is
Yeah.
it Ryan Edwards? I want to say, but have I made that up? Um,
I think it's got, yeah, it was
my
down there.
lag is seriously bad, so there's not even any point in me trying to turn around and get it, or you're just going to get a shot of me with my back to you for about 5 minutes. Um, but yeah, no, that's the numerology system that's in there is kind of what I tend to use. So it changes a wee bit. The fives, instead of being the fives being the disruptive number and difficult number, the fives are more about it's a physical number because of the 5 points of the body. That's how I remember it. The head, the two arms, and the two legs. So five is like a physical number. Sevens are disruption because you know how in playing cards, you've got and the sevens are like you've got the three and the three lined up nicely, and then you've got this wee dick of a pit right in the not even in the middle, like just kind of a top towards the center, and it's just this annoying wee pit. So for me, the sevens in playing cards are about disruption. So that's how I tend to read them. And then there's some other changes as well, but those are the ones that I remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, yeah, and do you know
Hi,
what?
Flagella.
The I don't. I just say to people, whatever works for you. Do you know what I mean? However you want to read cards. There are people who are saying no, it's got to be read a certain way. Whatever gets you into reading cards is fine. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Particularly if they're because for me anyway, the tarot, whatever system you're using, it's a mirror of yourself. So you see what you see and you interpret what you interpret.
yeah,
I often think it's gatekeeping when people say no, you can't do it this way or you can't do it that way. There's no such thing as can't. You know, if it works for you, great. You know,
yeah.
then do it your way. So
Yep, absolutely.
okay. Um,
So it's me
Yeah,
next,
so
isn't
yeah, it is. I was thinking, where are we?
it?
Yeah,
Yeah. Right, we'll see how this goes. So the next one that I've got to show is called the Wizard's Tarot. This is it's one that Sandy found online for me, and it's a Harry Potter themed deck. Um, it's still not showing up on the blooming stream. That's how bad my lag is. Um, Jeez.
I'll
This was
wait for
really
your camera
annoying. So
to.
it is.
I'll wait for your camera to go down, then I'll put you on full screen because then people will still be
Okay.
able to see the cards.
No worries. So I'm just going to kind of let you see the box, so that anyone who wants to kind of go and try and find it can go and find it. To be honest with you, I can't remember whether he found it on eBay or Etsy or what. But Paper Balloon, the Wizard's Tarot is what you're searching for. It is a Harry Potter themed deck, but so Sandy knows that I'm really not a big fan of putting any money in J.K. Rowling's pocket just now, for reasons that we won't get into too much here. But so he's gone and found like this kind of a independently produced one, which
Cool.
I don't know. I suppose you can question whether that, do you know what I mean? Whether that's the point, or but anyway, it's really sweet that he does that because it's my thing, and he does that because it's something I care about. Anyway, so yeah, it's basically just like kind of a shots from the films that have been taken. I'll do a walkthrough of this deck so you can actually see some of the cards. But it's like it's not a pip deck, it's fully illustrated. Like I can show you some of the minors that'll show up in about 5 minutes. It's all black and white, and it's all kind of a like old style photographs. That's how I would describe it. So you've Ollivander is your Page of Wands. Tom Riddle is your Knight of Wands, etc., etc. So hopefully you are seeing some of these images. And if you want to see a walkthrough of it, I'll try and get one up. Let me know. Sandra, this might appeal to you. I'm not sure. I know you're a Harry Potter fan, so let me know if you want to see some more cards from the deck and stuff, and I'll send you pictures and whatnot. But yeah, that was my other one.
Sandra's put, I would love it being Harry Potter themed.
Yeah.
Debbie says, I have one called the Little Wizard Tarot that is an independent Harry Potter deck by Push Kitty.
Right.
It's interesting.
There's an amazing Harry Potter. So do you know, I think you've got this deck, Simon. It's the I'll need to turn around and look at it to see. The New Era Elements Tarot.
Yeah.
By Ellie Piper. So she has done a Harry Potter themed tarot deck, and it's actually on Make Playing Cards now, so it is. Yeah, so that's the New Era Elements, but she's done a Harry Potter themed deck in the same kind of a drawn style as the New Era Elements. And
wow.
It's absolutely beautiful. And she illustrated it years and years and years ago, because I remember she was on that what's it called again? The one with Chase and Avalon and
Chase
Spread
from
This
Two of Ours.
Witches. Spread This Witches, that was it. Ellie Piper was on that channel, and she showed some of the cards from our Harry Potter deck. And she didn't release it at that point because they didn't agree, Warner Brothers or whoever it was didn't agree to it. So now she's just selling it at the price that it takes for Make Playing Cards to print it. So I don't think that any money is actually going to anyone except Make Playing Cards if you wanted to get that deck. So
because the illustrations in her deck, they're so detailed.
They're beautiful, aren't they?
These cards are tiny though, but that's not a bad thing, but they're really kind of small compared to standard tarot. But yeah, the illustrations. Eleanor F. Piper.
Yeah.
Creator. I mean, I'm not into Harry Potter, so I probably won't get it, but
yeah. Oh yeah, you would need to be into Potter to like them.
Yeah. Okay, so the next three, my last three decks, none of them have opened. I've been waiting to do this, and I don't know why, because I could have opened them, but so the first one is, do you remember? If I can find it, where is it? It's in this one. Earlier in the year, there were Lo Scarabeo, Bayo, I would say Bio, released a vintage RWS. It had these backs. Again, it's one-eye edged, and this kind of vintage theme. Lots of orangey autumnal colours in it. And it turned out to be actually one of my favourite RWS versions. I keep it in this double pouch that Kelly Bear made. And I knew that there was going to be releasing a Marseille version as well. So I was a little bit naughty because my sister is a vicar and really not into tarot. And she was like, "What do you want for Christmas?" And if I'd said to her I want a tarot deck, there would have been no way I'd have got one. So I sent her the link for Into the Lonely Woods, an oracle deck, because for some reason she's fine with oracle decks. And she said, okay. And then she messaged me and she said, oh, it's saying that it's out of stock. So I went and had a look, and it says temporarily out of stock. So she said, tell you what, because she was coming to Nottingham like 2 or 3 weeks before Christmas. She's going to go and see a concert here. So I met up with her. And she said, I'll just give you the money and buy it when it comes back. Well, it still hasn't come back. So I used the money to buy the Marseille vintage tarot. So I've not even seen this yet. I've not seen any walkthroughs or anything. But I'm hoping it's in exactly the same style. It's a nice 2-part box. Exactly the same style as the RWS. It's got a little book, and then it's wrapped on the inside. It would be, wouldn't it? You see, I should have just opened them and saved a bit of time. This is the one that has the Luz Scarabeo of those little kind of rip things, don't they? For okay, so anybody else got this? It's been out a couple of months. Oh, okay. It's not what I thought. I thought it'd be the same sort of orangey colours. So these are the backs.
Okay.
But then it's just kind of like, I don't know, it's like a regular CBD or something, but it has got a vintage, but I thought it would use the same sort of colours of like the oranges.
Mhm.
I mean, it's okay. I love the Marseille. I have the vintage tarot, but might get this one. Yeah, I just kind of thought it would have the same tones, so that there'd be kind of... You can't not love the Death Guard, can you, in Marseille?
Yeah.
So let's look at some... Oh, I like that version of the moon. Let's look at some of the minors. So we've got our Ace of Cups, 2 of Cups, 4 of Pentacles. So, I mean, they're nice, but they are just kind of like a regular Marseille that's got like a vintage filter on them.
Yeah.
I think they've missed a trick. I mean, what they've done, they've got kind of like the rubbing out of parts, you know, as well, like on the batons there. But it would have been nice if they'd done it exactly the same style as the vintage RWS. And they could have done quite easy. Sandra says, now you wish you'd waited for the Lonely Woods. No, I wanted it anyway. My thought process was to use this pouch to have vintage RWS and vintage Marseille, because I thought they'd be like exactly the same. So I thought it'd be nice to have them both together.
Yeah, make a good pair.
Yeah, but I'm not sure now. We'll see. I might still do that.
Yeah. I've thought of a potential solution to my issue here, Simon. So what I might do is connect with my phone,
Okay.
and just not on my PC. So what I'll do is I'll leave the stream from my PC for a moment, but then I'll join back on my phone, and hopefully, because my phone's connected to the internet differently to my PC, so hopefully the issue won't be as bad. Fingers
Okay,
crossed. All right.
I'll look at some comments then while
Okay. Sounds
you're
good.
coming in. See you in a sec.
Perfect.
Okay, so let's go back and have a look at so Chris is talking about his latency issue with streaming. Moonlit Musings, I got those. I love them. The cards have a great feel too. Is that the one I've just shown, or is it the one that Chris was showing? It's strange to me that J.K. Rowling seems anti-tarot when her whole world sees... She's anti-tarot as well? My gosh. Anything else she's anti? Did you contact your internet company? I remember this, Simon. I'm not quite sure what... Sandra's putting devil emojis. I'm not quite sure why. And now laughing. Kala says, I have the regular vintage tarot. It's a nice deck. It really is a nice deck. I was really impressed. And I got at the same time Neutral Vibes, which was by the guy who did Refine and Play, which was a playing card kind of amalgamation with tarot. So you could have it as an extra. And then that came at the same time, but I actually preferred the Lo Scarabeo version. So I tended to use that more. Okay, Chris is ready to join us. I'm going to bring him back in. Hello.
Right. Hey, so can you hear me okay?
Yeah, it's a different sound,
Right.
but we can still hear you fine.
That's fine. It's because I'm using the earphones I was telling you about before we went live.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, cool. So I think we're kind of sorted because that looks a lot better. So I'm just going to, I've still got the chat up on the computer, which is fine. Oh, happy days, right? Is it me to go or
Yeah, so I've just showed the Marseille
the
Vintage
vintage
Tarot.
master? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. All right, the next one I've got to show, it's actually quite cool. It's called the Diablo, the Sanctuary.
Oh, wow.
Have you seen this one?
Yes. But I've not seen all the cards, but I've heard about this deck.
Right. It is absolutely humongous, Simon. The cards
Yeah.
are this size. This is the
Yeah.
size of the cards.
Like the alchemical, what was that alchemical tarot? That's that size, isn't it? That's why I know about it.
Yeah. So I think I've done this, but just a wee size comparison for you. Like
Wow.
it's the size of my face. But yeah, the images are stunning. Really, really nice. Very kind of a black and white, but they have these kind of embossed, like kind of metallic red through it.
It's gorgeous.
So yeah, any particular cards that anyone wants to see, let me know, because this one's in order, so I should be able to find them pretty easily.
Are they illustrated pips, illustrated miners?
Yes, they are. Let's see, I'll give you some examples. Oh, Three of Swords, like an anatomical heart, and your Three of Swords, then there you go. Four of Swords. So yeah, they are illustrated. I wonder what the later Swords cards look like.
Forever Whereafter says star, please.
Star, sure. It's a bit of an odd Seven of Swords, isn't it?
Yeah. I love it though.
Yeah, so I think this is based on a game. I think the game might be called Diablo, actually, and that's why it's called Diablo, the Sanctuary Tarot deck. But yeah, no, I like it. Yeah, let's see. The Star. Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Is it picking it up okay, Simon?
Yeah. I love, even, I know we've got the red metallic borders, but I like the red in the backgrounds as well.
Yeah,
Breaks up the contrast, doesn't it, with the black and white?
yeah, it's really nice.
And then Sarah would like to see the Hermit. I'm glad you said that, Sarah.
Let's see. I want to show that. The helmet. Oh, the helmet's really nice, actually.
Oh, it is a game. Sarah says my hubby and I play that game.
Oh, nice. Well, Sarah, this might be a deck for you then.
That's
As long as
an
you don't have
amazing,
tiny hands.
that's an amazing Hermit card.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it?
Is this
So the
is
lantern's
this
hanging on the tree.
is this mass market too?
That is, yeah, this is another Amazon, Simon.
All right, let me write it down.
Oh yeah, Justice. Justice is beautiful. I love how it looks like wings and lightning.
Wow. Elizabeth says death card, please. And what deck is this? So Diablo Tarot, is that right?
Yeah. So that's the box. The Diablo. So it's called Diablo, the Sanctuary Tarot Deck and Guidebook. The guidebook's pretty good as well, by the way. It's a chunky wee book. Right, sorry, death card. Oh yeah, it's the death card.
Oh wow.
Lots of them. If anyone has seen the Lord of the Rings films, a lot of them look like the Nazgul. The ring wraiths to me. But it's really nice.
Keller says, may we see the devil card, please? I suppose if it's the Diablo Tarot, the devil card is going to be something epic, isn't it?
Yeah,
Oh, wow, look at that.
it's nice, isn't it?
Oh, I need this deck. Oh, it's not released until the 16th of January on UK Amazon.
That can't be right because I've got it.
Was it from UK Amazon?
I'd need to ask Sandy. This was another Sandy present, but yeah, I thought so.
Oh, is it solid black card backs? I missed that. Sluggo
Oh,
says.
sorry, yeah. So they're not quite solid back. If I can do it in the light, they've got these kind of
Oh,
you
yeah,
can kind of
that's
see it
cool.
there. Yeah,
Oh, I do like that.
yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, so
But
Sandra's just looked and it says pre-order.
oh, okay. Well, sorry, I didn't realise that was the case.
It could have got it from Book Depository, do you think? 'Cause sometimes they release earlier.
You could be right, Simon. Yeah, he may well have done. In fact, if I remember rightly, he said there was one deck that he wasn't sure if it was going to come in time because it did come from Book Depository, and it may well have been this one. So yeah, you might be right actually.
Okay,
So
well, that's
I mean, I
good.
suppose that means people can get it from Book Depository if they want to.
Or I can, now I don't have to worry and I'll just get it on payday.
Ace of Swords, really nice.
Yeah. Might have to surprise the hubby with this. And then you use it.
Sounds about right. I do have a deck that does have that. We're talking about solid black backs. My Tarot of the Holy Spectrum, which I've just discovered has a new edition out. That has solid black backs. And it's black edged as well. It comes black edged and it's very kind of a Rider-Waite Smith, so it is. But anyway, that's not what I'm here to show. But yeah, talking a solid black backs.
I'll just went to grab something before I came.
Came back onto the stream.
Yeah, well, I was going to show the next deck, and then I thought, oh, I ought to grab the other version first. So, another gift from Sandra was the Next World Tarot in the
Lovely.
Pocket Edition, which I was really pleased about because I do have, talking of large cards, I do have the original Next World. I actually had the indie version first. And Kelly, my friend Kelly Bear, really, really wanted that deck and did a trade with somebody in another country and it never got to her. And she traded with quite a nice deck. And I felt really sorry for her, so I gifted it to her because I knew that the mass market was coming out eventually and I was happy with the mass market. But these are a really large size as well. So I'll just show normal RWS. So they're really big, but they're great. You know, nice size. And then I heard about.
Sorry, Simon. Is that mass market? Did you say?
This is mass market. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Whereabouts did you get it?
Amazon, I think, somewhere like that. The only problem is the card stock isn't that great on this. It's in any other way, it's exactly the same as the Independent in terms of size, color saturation, everything like that. But the cards are a little bit thinner. So I love it, but I can't even get my hands, just about get my hand around it to shuffle, but not easy. And then I heard that there's bringing out a pocket edition, and I was like, well, there's quite a lot of detail in this deck for a pocket edition. But then as I started hearing about people showing it, there was like, well, everybody says pocket edition, but it's not like, you know, something. Trying to think of one that's to hand. You know, like this one, Nicoletta Ciccoli. That's a pocket edition. The size difference, you know, it's not.
Right.
It's not too bad. It's probably more kind of like it's even bigger than a playing card size, from what I can see. But again, I've not opened it yet, so I'm just grab the scissors.
All right. I'm excited to see this because this is actually a deck that I put on my wish list. In fact, I think I told you about this, Simon. I put it on my wish list, and I don't have it, but yeah, I didn't know that it was mass market at the time. So
interestingly, the back is just a piece of paper, so it's quite a nice black box. It's 2-part, and I'm assuming. I could be wrong. Was this indie, Sandra, or was it? Is it mass market as well? This version, but look at the front as well. It's all in this kind of metallic, like an oil slick with all the multiple colours, and it's really beautiful. You've got that barbed wire in the. Yes, indie. So it is indie. This one. So you get this. This is the back. So you've got this. This precious flower that's got this barbed wire. You get that sort of contrast between the two. The book is really chunky for a little book, and it's that way on this time. Sorry, doing that the wrong way. So yeah, so the full. Let me just do a comparison with the mass market version. It's not going to be in order because I've used it many times. So trying to find the full will probably take too long. If I come across the Magician or like a High Priestess, one of the early cards. Talk amongst yourselves. It's never the easiest or quickest to find, is it, when you're trying to find a card? That's why I went off screen as well. It only just occurred to me to get this version. Here we go. So the full.
Sorry, Simon. I was sure to look for that. I was going to quickly say to Kay that Sandy doesn't read tarot. No, He's very supportive of me reading it, but he doesn't read it himself. And thank you, Robin, for your kind comment about our anniversary. Thanks very much. Sorry.
Yeah, so you can see the difference here in
Oh, wow.
size, but it's not tiny, as I mentioned. So if I compare it again to an RWS, a standard tarot size, it's quite a good size.
Ah, okay. Looks playing cardy.
Yeah, it probably is. It's not bridge, probably a standard playing card size. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll just show a few again, unless there's any particular cards anybody wants to see or you want to see, Chris.
So when I was watching a walkthrough of this, I think I actually spotted an error in the astrological correspondences. So it's going to look at I think it was the 2 and the 3 of Wands erroneously had the same astrological correspondence on them. Could be wrong.
2 and 3 of Wands.
Yeah, so I think the 2 should be Mars and Aries, and then I'm not sure what the 3 should be. But I think they had them both the same. If I remember rightly on the walkthrough I was looking at, but that might have been like an early edition.
That's
If anyone
right.
knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, 2 and 3 both have Mars in Aries.
Right, okay. So yeah, I don't think that's right. I think the 3 should be something else in Aries. Where will I quickly find what it is? Your elements. I suppose that's just, you quite like wee quirks like that, don't you, Simon?
Love them. Who was it? It was, Arthur Wong's deck.
Yeah.
Black.
True Black.
Enchantment. True Black Tarot.
True Black.
I think there was it the Hierophant was spelled incorrectly, and he's like, "I'm going to send you a replacement card." It's like, no, don't. I want one that's got an error in it.
Yeah. So yeah, the 3 of Fire or the 3 of Wands should be the Sun in Aries if you're going by the like the Golden Dawn correspondences. So yeah, that's it looks like that's quite consistent throughout all of the decks.
Gorgeous Temperance. The Moon card is one of my favourites as well. Love the Moon card. The World. It's known as one of the forerunners of inclusive decks. This is what 5 years old now, maybe 6 years old, and it was so. The Magician. Where's the? I was like, why is the Magician here? Surely I've done that, but I think I've just got it messed up a bit. Yeah, so when I was looking for those 5 of Pentacles, I love that.
Oh, lovely.
I love True Black. Don't use it nearly enough. No, I don't use it a lot either. I was really excited about it because I was sent prototypes over a year before they came out, but I don't use it as much as I should really, but it is stunning.
True Black was what started the whole rose petal thing, wasn't it? Or is that?
Yes. Although somebody beat it, I think it was Luminous Void that beat him. So I remember when he contacted me, I was a really new channel and I was really surprised. It was the first deck that I was ever sent or told that I was going to be sent. And he'd seen me through Instagram initially. And he said, when he sent the prototype cards, don't say too much about the card stock because it's never been done before and it's a new thing and I want to get it out. And I remember feeling and thinking, wow, this feels really, I've never felt card stock like this. And then Luminous Void came out just before he got his deck out. So I did kind of feel for him a bit, but here's a really cool Two of Cups. because you often see the lovers depicted sometimes with variations for you. So you'll get a lover's card that has 2 males, 2 females, heterosexual couples, you know. But it's the 2 of cups never seems to, you know, when people do that in decks, you still get a very traditional 2 of cups. So I really like the fact that they've got a same-sex couple for the 2 of cups. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, sweet.
And the colours are gorgeous as well. Really nice colours. All right, so yeah, so that's that one.
Nice. My next one that I'll show, this is one that I've just kind of bought myself as a wee present to myself. It's the Pocket Wild Unknown Animal Spirit Oracle deck. So the Pocket edition is relatively new, I think, but the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit's been out for years. So if you know this deck, I've not done a side by side. I've not compared them yet. Might do that as a wee flip through on my channel, but I'm not sure. But yeah, I really like it because it's although it's just a bunch of lots of cards with animals on them. That is an Oracle deck. It does. You can see the symbol for Earth here. So it does sort them into Earth, Water, Air, and Fire, and Spirit. So we've got the 7 Spirit cards at the end, and the Spirit cards are like mythological creatures, and each of them corresponds to a chakra. So yeah, I really like this deck. So I think it's really nice. It's one that I don't use enough. But maybe I'll use it more now that I've got a more kind of one that I can just carry about with me and stuff.
Yeah.
Unicorn. It's the national animal of Scotland, people. Believe it or not. Cosmic Egg. So yeah, I'm really pleased with this. I was a bit worried about how they were going to do the guidebook because it's a tiny wee guidebook. But then I remembered, well, when I think of the guidebook for the normal size deck, there's actually like on some of the pages it seems like there's hardly any writing on them.
That's right.
So it actually fits. I've not done a side by side to see whether it's got all the same information, but it actually fits quite nicely. My camera's not picking that up best, but it fits quite nicely onto each page, and you're still getting like it's a black and white depiction of the card, but you're still getting a depiction of the card on the other page. So I think it's been done quite well, to be honest.
I think you've made my mind up for me because I've got the full size one. I bought it independently when it came out, and you get sent an art print with it, and
Ooh.
and then I bought it mass market as well, which I've since given away. But I've got the tin version of the Wild Unknown, and I really like it. And again, the guidebook, it's really chunky. It's a really nice chunky guidebook, and it does exactly the same as what you've just shown there. But that deck that you've just shown is what, one of my first tattoos on my arm is attributed to that, because that's what's on the back. And then that one is what was my last tattoo, which is that one there. So nice. I probably will get it. I was like, do I really need it? Because I've got the full size, but then I've got the tin version and the full size Wild Unknown, and I just think, well, because they're really chunky tins as well, aren't they?
Yeah, they're good. They're sturdy wee tins, so they are. Which edition of the normal sized Wild Unknown Tarot is it that you've got? Just out of interest.
Just a mass market. I was late to the party. By the time I found this community, it was only available. All the indie ones had gone. I think Kelly Bear's got the indie Wild Unknown from memory. But
Yeah,
I missed out on
the
that.
one with the backs that have got the lines. Yeah, I think she
But
has.
apparently it's really nice cardstock as well. I'm imagining it's like oh, what was the other one? The from Inner Hue that often gets compared to it. I've got 2 copies of it. Connected and Free is the name of the Oracle. Lumina Tarot. Have you seen that?
Oh, right. Yeah, I think I've got
Yeah.
the French edition of that.
Yes, you have. You have. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the cardstock in that was amazing, and that was the first indie deck I ever bought. Was Lumina Tarot, and it cost me over £100. But when
Oh,
it
wow.
came, it was the cardstock was amazing, and everybody was like, "Well, that's what Wild Unknown was like when it was indie." I was like,
Yeah.
"Damn." But yeah, it was. It's one that I kind of it was too late, So I just got the normal mass market one, but even that's nice, the way it's packaged.
Yeah.
So I've got 1 deck left. How many have you got?
One as well.
Okay, so that finishes nicely. So this one, again, this was from Sandra, and I was really chuffed to get it, and it's the Mystical Realm Tarot. Have you
Oh,
seen
lovely.
this one?
I think so.
And I was like, just the edging alone. It's Mystical Realm. It's by Rockpool, and it's based on the traditions of Rider-Waite Tarot. Mystical Realm follows the Fool's journey in order to help you discover the necessary stages for individual growth. Yeah. So I'm going to open it up, and I've been itching to open this ever since Christmas.
Just to quickly answer Sarah from SL Wyman's Rotten Writing, no, Sarah, I don't have a walkthrough of it. I'm thinking about maybe doing a side by side with the full size version. If that's something people would be interested in.
Yeah, definitely. So it's
Oh, hey, Kelly
two-part
Bear, we were
box.
just talking about you.
Who was?
Kelly Bear's just popped in. We were just talking
Hi,
about her.
Kelly. Yeah, we were just talking about. We were just shown one of the decks I got for Christmas was the Next World in the pocket. And am I right in saying that you've got an independent version of the Wild Unknown? I'm pretty sure you have. Because Chris was asking what version I had. I said by the time I came to the party, it was only available mass market. So the inside here says, embark on your path to awareness. Nice purple inside. Yay on the Next World. And then we've got this nice purple ribbon, and it pulls up the book. And the book is a nice, decent size book as well.
Oh, look at all the colours in that book.
I do
That
have
book
an
looks all
indie
nice
Wild
colour
Unknown.
coded.
Kelly's got the first printing.
Yeah, I thought that's the one with the lines on the back. The
Yeah.
lines in a diamond.
Oh, wow. I can't believe I
Lovely.
didn't get to see it when I came to your house when we went through your decks. Because apparently the cardstock is lush. Yeah, the colour coding is really cool for this book. It's nice glossy pages as well. And then we've got the cards in here. This ribbon. I love the purple and the yellow together.
Make yourself full size, Simon, so as we can share the experience with you.
I feel like I'm blocking you out.
That's all right. That's what I'm wanting.
But for a mass-produced deck, I mean, look at that for gilding. I love that canary yellow. It's gorgeous. These are the backs, which remind me of like a Persian rug with the style and the detail. But I love the yellow edging. I said gilding, but it's not gilded, is it, when it's edged like that? It's just the colour of it. So really, really nice. Again, I won't show every card, but if there's any in particular you want to see, then pop it in the chat. Odo, I totally forgot you can make guests full screen. That's all right. Don't particularly like being full screen. Love the High Priestess. I think she's wicked. Look at that crescent moon behind her as well.
Beautiful
like the-
blue dress.
Yeah, it's like a real midnight blue, isn't it? And look how fancy the B and the J is as well.
Yeah.
Temperance. Let's show temperance.
I'd like to
then.
see the Hanged One and Death as well.
So the Hanged Man. Oh, let's look at that. Oh, look at that eye in the middle. So that's cool.
Nice.
And you wanted to see death. I love the death card. Look at that.
Oh, that's nice.
I
love
like the
that skull.
perspective. Yeah, but and the flag look how it's all tattered, but it's coming towards us, which is and we've got everything. Look, as it said, it references the RWS on the back of the box, but from a different perspective. Somebody wanted temperance, didn't they?
Yeah, and we've had the devil requested to.
The devil is really interesting. It's his expression.
The Hermit as well, Simon, if that's okay. I think someone's asked for.
The Hermit, of course. Never going to stop showing that. Oh, let me just show the strength card as well, because I love the strength card.
Oh yeah, that's beautiful.
And then the Hermit. There you go. Sorry, just not the camera. The
Oh, look at
detail.
that cave. With those
Fab,
with
isn't
those
it?
stalagmites and stalactites or something like that.
Yeah, that's right. And I really like Justice. Look at the expression on her face.
That sword is really cool.
Yeah.
Someone's asked for the star as well. Sorry, Simon.
The star.
Yeah.
That's further on. Got to show the moon though first. Look at the moon.
Oh, look, she's beautiful, isn't she?
Yeah. Right, the star. Why has it gone from the tower to the moon? Have I messed this up? Moon. Oh no, that is the star. Sorry. That is the star.
Oh, right.
Of course. And then the moon.
Oh, that moon looks like he's on something.
So does the sun. You got your little baby, but it's wearing some sort of outfit.
Is this a Smithwaite style or is it Paps? Or...
So it is fully illustrated. So the card that gives Kelly anxiety that was just talking about for the sevens, there's the Seven of Cups. And oh, look at the 8.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, look at how the moon reflects onto that river. Oh, love it.
Yeah. Let's see some other cool ones. Gorgeous Queen of Cups there. This one is for Robin. 3 of Wands.
What's this called, Simon? I'm writing it down.
So this is called Mystic Realm Tarot. It's by Rockpool. They are colour coded, so all of the wands have like these reds at the bottom. Swords have blues, which correspond with the book. So what we've just seen. Look at the 2 of Swords.
Oh, wow, with the face covered up.
Yeah, a whole new kind of evolving from the blindfold. 4
Can I
of
see the
Swords.
3 as well, Simon? Sorry.
3 of Swords.
Yeah, just once you're done with that one. Okay. I've seen that recently.
Have you?
Yeah, where have I seen it?
Longman Tarot has got it.
That might be. He might have shown that on something recently.
And then trying to think. The Nightmare card, the 9 of Swords, is pretty cool.
Well, that's quite intense, isn't it?
Kelly says, goodness, I'm really loving this deck. And it's not huge as well. I think it's smaller, just a little bit smaller than, probably more low Scarabeo size than US Games. I mean, just look at this, the Ace of Pentacles. Look how beautiful that is. The nest in the tree.
What?
You get a real sense of balance here for the 2 of Pentacles. And then I've just got to show my 5. So it's very, as you can see, it's very Rider-Waite-Smith based. So yeah, so that's the Mystical Realm Tarot by Rockpool. The Lisa Porter is the creator.
Lovely. So the final one that I've got is the Phantom Wise Tarot. And this is by Erin Morgenstern. So this is one that I got, again, this is mass market. This was from Amazon. It's another black and white deck. My decks have been very black and white themed this year, I'm just realising.
I'm just thinking that.
Yeah. The cardstock, by the way, is like really thick linen cardstock. Like, can you hear that?
Oh, a bit like Ink and Intuition, the Tattoo Tarot type, heavy.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what that's like. Oh, no, so it's nice and thick like that, yeah. But this is like linen, whereas that I think is just more like matte card. Yeah, so like again, this is one that's shuffled. So if you want to see some particular cards, I'll try and show you them, but it might take a while to find them. 8 of Cups, walking up that staircase is beautiful. King of Swords looking really kind of a young and placid, I thought. Sorry, I'm not sure if my...
Sandra's just said, this is the deck by the author of The Night Circus. I love The Night Circus. It's been a long time since I read it, but I wondered which one it was.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I'm enjoying this. This is probably the one that I've read with the most that I got for Christmas.
Phantom Wise.
The Phantom Wise, yeah. That's the guidebook, but that's the name of it there. Yeah, the 2 of Cups with the wee rabbits or the wee hairs popping out is quite cool.
That is cool.
Temperance, kind of a black and white dress.
Kelly says, who's the artist again?
So it says Erin Morgenstern on the box.
Yeah, okay. So, done the art herself. I have written it down, Sandra. This one is on Amazon as well, says Beth. Oh, 3 that I want.
Sorry. Let's see. Sorry, I'm not finding it like quickly. Whether it is her that's done the art.
Yeah, Flip says Erin Morgenstein did the art herself.
Oh, right, okay.
Erin is the author of the Night Circus book, and they talk about tarot in the book. It's really cool.
There's the star for who is it that keeps asking about the star? Beth, no, I haven't read the Night Circus.
Exactly, Kelly. Yeah, exactly. But it only credits credits her on the box as well. I like it.
So, there's that Seven of Cups. Six of Swords is nice.
Just to say to Kelly as well, Lisa Porter, I've just had a look in the book. She is the author and illustrator. So
There's the Hermit. The Hermit's beautiful, Simon.
oh wow. Oh, that's gorgeous. I love the lantern hanging from a branch of the tree.
Yeah. The backs are nice. Backs remind me of Deviant Moon.
Yeah, I can see that. Forever says, that's me. Star card is my decision card for a deck.
The moon.
Yeah,
Three of
that's what I
Swords.
that's what I said to Sandra Beth when she was saying that because she's just bought the Night Circus, and she said there was a deck out. I said, I wonder if it is a bit like the Way Home Tarot was inspired by the book WTF. So I'm wondering how much of this is inspired by the book.
I really love the Judgment card. Anubis here, and we've got the
Yeah.
weighing of the heart against the feather.
Yeah,
Absolutely
that's great.
stunning card.
And I have seen that a few times as judgment cards, but that's depicted nicely. Look how the
Yeah.
hat stays on.
I know. The Devil.
Yeah, awesome deck. Oh, I was going to buy Darksider Tarot first. Now I'm thinking this one first.
So
And
yeah.
I've got £100 parking ticket to pay. I can't be buying decks.
Oh gosh, how did you get that?
With work, I went to a pub to have a meeting. It was the car park associated with the pub. Sorry, I'm still not on camera, am I? So it was the car park that belonged to the pub, but apparently when you go into the pub, you have to type your registration in to say you're there. And I didn't know. It was the first time I went there. And because it happened on the 2nd of December and we've had Christmas and everything, I've missed if you pay early, you can pay
Yeah.
half. So I've got a full £100 to pay. I'm like, no.
Oh, that's
And it's a
shame.
6-week pay period as well because we got paid early because of Christmas.
Right,
I'm
yeah.
like, whatever.
Oh, that
So
sucks.
it's life, innit? It's my own. I should have just not. You just don't think, do you? If there's a car park attached to a particular premises, that you've got to do
Yeah.
that.
I would never in a million years have thought to do that, so I don't blame you.
Yeah, and then Maruta is tempting me, saying that both Diablo and Into the Lonely Woods are on Book Depository. Yikes, that's Simon. That's a hefty fine. Yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah, it's quite a lot.
I don't have a bar receipt because it was a meeting I went for with the general manager, and it's paid now anyway. I've paid it. I paid it last night, but I was like, all right. So that's our decks. What a great little haul, Christmas haul again. It's it's always fun to take a look and go through them. So. Anything that you want to say, Chris, or before we go? Thank you for getting him to 1,000. That was amazing.
Yeah, that was really sweet of you guys. I actually honestly did not intend to shamelessly plug that, but yeah, no, that was really nice. Thank you. So it was nice to be live with you, Simon, when I got to my 1,000. That was nice. I'll remember what I was doing when I got to that milestone.
And you're already past 10 because it's 1.01k, which
Oh,
means that there's at least somewhere between 10 and 20. So
yeah. Oh, brilliant.
so that's great. So
Oh,
congratulations on
thank you,
that.
guys. Thank
And
you.
thank you for giving some of your time to me when it's the night before your anniversary as well. So have a lovely day tomorrow.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. I'm excited.
And thank you for everybody for being here and sharing this with us. I hope you all got some great decks over Christmas time too. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next one.
You pulling a card, Simon?
Oh, I could do. I'd start treating it like my normal live because it's a joint. It's a joint live, so I wasn't intending on, but that's why I wasn't doing my whole namaste and blessed be either. But yeah, I'll pull a card. Do you want me to pull a card and both interpret it, or do you want to pull one as well, or?
Well, we can both pull one if you want. I'll pull for this one, the Phantom Wise. I'll be shuffling that anyway.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, I just sprung that on you at the last minute there.
That's all right. Always happy to pull cards.
Same.
So something to focus. Oh, I've gone all over the place with that. Oh, that was reverse. I don't do reversals. So we have got the Four of Wands here. This is from the Old Fellow Revived, which is on NPC at the moment. So Four of Wands, I mean, for me, when I think of the Four of Wands, I think about, and again, we've been talking tonight in Kelly's chat about numerology as well. So there's the whole stability there because we've got the Four Wands, but it's also about harmony and stability, especially on like the domestic front. It also helps us to think about our achievements and be proud of our achievements, the things that we've been able to accomplish. I'm trying to get it where there's not a glow on the card. However I do it, I'm getting a glow. You know, and when you do have that sense of achievement, that you've accomplished something, what tends to happen as well is that sense of freedom, you know, that comes as well, like a load has been lifted from us. So if you can free yourself from other people's expectations too, always a good thing, because it should be what we're aiming for. To get that harmony and stability, it's about what we want to achieve and what we want to focus on. So free yourself from other people's expectations.
Cool. That's actually a pretty nice interpretation of my card that I got, because I got this Anubis Judgment card. So I did. So just when you were talking about you know, looking back at your achievements and stuff, and here we've actually got the kind of, you know, the heart being weighed against the feather, and a lot of that is about you know, it's the idea of the kind of like the Last Judgment, but in Egyptian mythology. You know, it's looking back at the life that you've led. That's the idea of weighing your heart. You know, how light is your heart? You know, what have you done throughout your life? How good or bad have your deeds been? And does your heart ultimately outweigh the feather? But for me, what judgment is about is what I like to think about is the moving on from that point. You know, that kind of that judgment, that last judgment, that assessment allows us to, it sets us free in a way, and it lets us move on and do other things. You know, it's almost like, I think of it as being unplugged from the matrix. I always use that expression when I'm talking about the judgment card, because it's like once you've gone through that veil, there's no going back. You know, you see things in a different way. You know, it's like stepping out of Plato's cave. So if kind of a link in that with Simon's card with that Four of Wands, you know, once you've got your house in order, it's maybe going to free up our minds and let us kind of move on to experience other things. And it's almost that way where judgment to me feels like this is going to be a big change that we just don't see coming. Okay, so if we can kind of get things in order, as the Four of Wands encourages us to do, then we're going to experience this almost this radical change, this change that we could never have saw coming, but it's going to really kind of be a positive force for us, and it's going to let us move on to bigger and better things. Judgment.
Fabulous. I've lost the chat. Why have I lost the chat? Let me... Oh, there we are. Oh, we've got somebody coming in saying, hello, Simon. Hello, everyone. So we're just finishing now. But lovely to see you, Gina. Thank you for coming.
Hi, Gina.
So, yeah, just stop on at the end, Chris. And, yeah, I'll just say goodbye to you properly. So...
No worries.
Thanks for coming, everybody. Thanks to the mods for being here as well. And it's been lovely to hang out with you, Chris. So thank you for your time.
You too, Simon. Thank you very much as always. See you later, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.